What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Friday night's late night agenda. Obviously, the Reds have a massive game coming up at the weekend against Manchester City. I just filmed my preview. That should be out on the channel a little bit later on. I think actually it's going live as soon as this late night agenda ends. I spoke with Leon from Boyle Sports. As usual, I went through my predicted 11 and my score predictions as well. I hope that you guys are all doing as well as can be expected, because look, it's been a tough few weeks for us Liverpool fans, but we've got the Champions League game against Leipzig coming up and a few other bits and pieces to look forward to as well. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I really look forward to our late night chats, and look, I know it's getting earlier. It used to be these streams started at about 10:30 at night and went until about 2:30 in the morning sometimes, but we've gradually brought it back to prime time television, even though it's not television, but you get where I'm coming from. But look, ladies and gentlemen, how are we? Lovely to see you all in the chat. Lovely to see so many of you in a fine fettle, as I like to say, and yeah, I appreciate you all being here as well. Kate Gordon has been signed, by the way, so there's a bit of nice news to start off with today. The club officially announced the signing of him from Derby County. We fought off competition to the likes of Manchester United and many other clubs who were interested in the young man. He's been touted as an absolute superstar, but look, you don't want to put too much pressure on kids, so let's allow him to develop. I think the plan is for him to go into the under-23s and eventually work his way through. No doubt, Klopp will be keeping an eye on him. That's part of that new brilliant training facility that we have at the club. Klopp's able to go between the first team and of course the underage levels as well. Keep an eye on it, maybe bring some people across for an extra little bit of training and everything like that as well. Loads of questions coming into the chat, which is what I love to see. I'm very much looking forward to getting through them as quick as we can. A few little bits to start off with tonight, as always, ladies and gentlemen, on the stream. We have a charity bet coming up for the game of the weekend. Connor has picked it this week, and the charity bet is this: Firmino to score any time. That's 5-2, so there'll be €125 profit if that comes in. And anyone in our Discord group that wants to be the next person to have a pop of the charity bet, let me know and I'll get you guys signed up. The reason I got Connor to do this one is, hand on heart, I forgot to go and ask somebody in the Discord group. I've been so busy, but that is one of the options available to members of Anfield Agenda FC. You get into our Discord group, you get the opportunity to pick the charity bet as well. You get the Anfield Agenda logo, you get our badge beside your name, you get all the custom emojis and lots of other bits and pieces as well. We're even giving the guys early access to some of our videos that we do as well. The guys got access to the Jack May video before that went live. Loads of stuff coming up, so if you ever thought of joining or you were going to send a super chat or anything, $4.99 a month, Anfield Agenda FC, click on that join button, link is in the description as well. I think that's all the housekeeping, as I like to call it, done. As always, massive shout out to our sponsors, Boyle Sports, and to you crazy motherfuckers who have managed to get us to 70,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. 70,000. We've passed it. We've done it. I'm shocked. Still, to this day, shocked. Don't know how we got here, but I'm very grateful. And our second channel, Mundo Sporto, has even managed to go to 11,000 subscribers. And we've only started putting up content in there since December. So to everyone that's had our back, even to those people who have had a pop or who've, put up memes of me and stuff like that, it's all contributed to awareness of the channel, which is why I try and take it all in good jest. Again, but I'm in cracking form tonight, folks. I hope you are as well. And let's get into your questions and let's see what y'all want to talk about. Will Cabac play in defence? That's a good question, Rob. I think that's a very good topic for us to start off with tonight. I don't want to give away too much of my predicted 11, but let's go through the possibilities. So what we do know is that Sadio Mane, that Fabinho and that Alisson should be available. Alisson 100% available. Fabinho and Mane look like they've had a few sessions. They could very well be in contention for the game of the weekend against Manchester City. I'd go as far as to say I'd be shocked if they're not at least in the squad. Then we've got our new signings, Ben Davies and Ozan Cabac. Ozan Cabac has received international clearance. He's available for the manager as well if he chooses to go with him, and lots of other bits and pieces. But to get back to your question, which was, Rob, about Cabac, I have a sneaky feeling we might see him, I have a sneaky feeling we could see him play at centre-back in this one. I've got no inside info on it. I'm just, working off pure guesswork. And again, I don't want to give away my preview too much because that's coming up, I think about 10 o'clock. I think Connor's putting that video live tonight. So you'll see my predicted 11 and all of that in there as well, and my score prediction. People are asking about Jota news. Nothing new that I've heard of. I think he'll be available for possibly Leicester, which is coming up next week. We've a bit of a week, near 6 days gap between Manchester City and the game against Leicester City, which is a 12:30 p.m. kickoff next Saturday, which for me is basically means I don't get to go to bed because I only sleep at about 7 or 8 in the morning, so I'll probably be pulling an all-nighter and then doing that watch along. And then after that we've got the Champions League game against Leipzig, so at the very least I would expect Jota to be back for that Champions League tie. Again, a bit more news on the Champions League tie. It has officially been confirmed that it won't be able to be played at Leipzig's home ground in Germany because of the government rules around coronavirus and stuff. So, as things stand, there are a couple of options. UEFA have put the onus on Leipzig to find a neutral stadium for the game to be played at. If they can't do that, there are two other options. The most likely option is Liverpool to be awarded a 3-0 victory in the first leg, or the second option is that the game could potentially be played as a one-off on a neutral venue. Now, I find the second option very hard to think that it will actually happen. Arsenal, I believe, against Benfica in the Europa League is being played as a one-off in a neutral venue, but it's important to point out that that's the last 32, whereas this is the last 16 of the Champions League. So I'm hopeful that Leipzig will find a stadium to play it. Maybe Salzburg, I don't know. Because they deserve the chance to play the game on the pitch. Nobody wants to be handed a 3-0 first leg win, which is what would, I think, happen if Leipzig can't find the ground. So hopefully that will be resolved and we'll be able to get the 2 legs played and may the best team win. Right, Craig, I'd love to have Luis Suarez back. He would still put a shift in. I did it again, I'm plugging a little bit here, but I did an interview with Graham Hunter, which is out on the channel, and I urge you guys to check it out because Graham gave amazing insight on the Lionel Messi situation at Barcelona and what could happen there. He is one of himself and the Guillem Balaguer are the two main voices of La Liga and Spanish football. They have more knowledge of Spanish football than anyone else I know, so I urge you guys to go and check that out. But to get back to Suarez, part of the interview that I did with Graham Hunter, we spoke about how silly it was for Barcelona to allow Luis Suarez to leave and go to Atletico. And it looks like Atletico and Luis Suarez are going to fire themselves to a La Liga title. So it was madness. I don't understand why they did it, man. And Graham was left scratching his head as well about it. So I urge you to check it out. If you don't know the name off the top of your head about who Graham Hunter is, I promise you, when you watch the interview, you'll recognise him. He's one of those people you might not know his name, but as soon as you see him, you'll know who he is. He's also the host of the big interview with Graham Hunter. He did a great 2-part interview recently with Pep Linders, the obviously Klopp number 2 at the club. So he gives great insight into that. The big interview is available completely free on all your Acast, Spotify, iTunes, whatever it is. And you can also find them on YouTube as well. Just search Graham Hunter or The Big Interview on YouTube. And they're starting to put up videos of the Big Interview podcast as well. I think that's everything that I've got out to get out. So as you get bigger, what's big ear? Bigger, can't you see? Sometimes no, that doesn't even work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Let's go back into the chat, Craig. Let's just stop making a fool of ourselves. How is my daughter today? I don't understand the reasoning of the question because I don't remember ever saying that she wasn't well, but I'll take it at face value and say that she's fine, thank you. I like your sexy chair. Yeah, look, it is one of my favourite things that I own, and I will cherish it for the rest of my life, mate. It was made by a company called Serendipity Furniture. They're in the UK. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. You can find them on Twitter. It is class. It is a genuinely real chair, and it even has the life of bird and my surname embroidered into it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to pronounce it the other way, Kate, and as soon as I said Pep Linders, I said, I know it's supposed to be Pep Linders, which is one of the things that Graham actually spoke about when he spoke to Pep Linders, about how that's supposed to be pronounced. But if there's one thing I'm known for on here, ladies and gentlemen, it's butchering pronunciations of names, so might as well keep to that. Do I think Liverpool have a chance since Kevin De Bruyne is injured? Against Manchester City or for the title race? I'll answer the first part. City, yes, of course we have a chance. De Bruyne is injured, but I've got a bit more interesting twist. And again, if you watch the interview with Graham Hunter, you'll get much more information on this. Apparently, Kevin De Bruyne was not best pleased when they were looking to save money on his new wage offer so they could try and bring Lionel Messi into the club. So maybe all is not well behind the scenes there. So again, check out that interview with Graham that I did and you'll get more information on that. We have another huge interview coming up on the channel on Monday. I'm not going to host this interview. I'm going to pass it over to Jack Gill and give him a chance to do it if he's willing to do it, of course. after the Manchester City game on Monday, we will be recording an interview with Paul Gallagher, or will you want to say Gallagher? I say Gallagher because he's Irish. Liam and Noel's brother, basically. Yes, Liam and Noel of Oasis will be recording with their brother Paul on Monday after the game. So we'll see where the bragging rights are, but I can't believe some of the interviews we're getting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very grateful for them. I'm very grateful for these people for giving up their time to talk to Jack Mate as well. This week was amazing. Can't speak highly enough of Jack Mate. And do you know what? I've organised a little something with the good folks at Keogh's for Jack Mate as well. You know I love Keogh's. You know I love them. You know I'm always bigging them up. Well, Jack's a man that loves his snacks as well. One of his best questions on the big interview, or not the big interview, that's Graham Hunter, the happy hour, is what's your go-to meal deal? And he likes his snacks. So I've organised for Keogh's to send over a gift basket to Jack Mate as a little thank you for giving up his time and for coming on, and because he's a goddamn legend, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Jack Mate is a legend. And you know what? When you do these interviews, you wonder at times how much time you'll get and how giving people will be of information. And he was so down to earth. I had so much fun recording with him. And I like to joke about having a shit car, having a 2011 Renault Megane. Jack has I think it's a 2003 Toyota Yaris. So we were comparing supercars on this one as well. So yeah, loads of fun. Who's worse, Tottenham or Liverpool? Well, Liverpool are amazing, mate. So, obviously Spurs. I mean, that game last night, I did a watch-along of it in Mundo Sporto, and I have to say, it was tough. I mean, the second half, we ended up singing a few songs between us in the chat and just having a bit of a laugh because, I mean, don't get me wrong, Chelsea thoroughly deserved their victory, but it was a dull-out affair. I mean, if I'm a Spurs fan right now, which, thank by the look of whatever I'm not, I wouldn't be happy with the style of football that Mourinho has done playing. Any updates on Jota? Again, he is back doing some ball work. He is back doing a few bits and pieces. I can't predict in good conscience when he'll be back available for selection, but as always, keep an eye on the club for all those updates. Signing prediction for the summer and lineup for next. Well, I'm not going to predict the lineup for next season, buddy, because God, I struggle to do it each week. Signing predictions is a difficult one, isn't it? Because, you know, you think maybe Haaland, you think maybe Mbappe, but then you're hearing that Pochettino say that he's confident Mbappe may sign a new deal with Paris Saint-Germain. You've heard Manchester City are in the race to sign Haaland. Obviously, they need a striker in the summer. I don't know, is the honest answer. I mean, we've heard the snippets coming out that expect big dealings in the summer, expect the club to splash the cash, but I honestly don't know at this moment in time who that might be. I mean, I'm fully on board the Mbappe hype train, don't get me wrong. You'd love to see it, but I still can't see how it's financially doable for us, but, you know, we'll wait and see. Any updates on Cada? Again, other than trying to strengthen his core and strengthen his muscles and I think the club are willing to take the long term with Cada to make sure they try and get this issue completely resolved before rushing him back. So I like what they're doing. I like the fact that they're trying to resolve it once and for all. So, you know, if it takes a little bit longer, it takes a little bit longer. I like your forehead. Thank you. I like to call it a 5 head. It's a little bit big, you know, but it is what it is, mate. You know what I mean? We'll play City off the park, 3-2 to Liverpool with them getting 2 dodgy goals, said Luke. I think Michael Oliver's the referee for this game at the weekend as well, folks. And, you know, Pep Guardiola isn't a massive fan of Mr. Michael Oliver, if you remember his thank you, his sarcastic thank you the last time. Chloe said, we might hit 100k in a few months. I believe it will happen. I've given up trying to predict anything like that, Chloe. I didn't think we'd ever get past 10k. Didn't think we'd hit 25k. Never thought we'd hit 50k. And I still don't take for granted that we'll ever hit 100k. If it happens, brilliant. And don't forget my few promises, by the way, if we do hit 100k. One, I'll get that trolling tattoo on my arm. Am I going to get it on my arse? I might get it on my arse, you know. I'm strongly thinking of getting it tattooed on my arse, but I will get my favourite ever trolling comment tattooed somewhere. We're going to do a huge giveaway as well. I have another giveaway that's going to be happening soon. I'm just waiting to get the product delivered before I give it away, and it'll be another belter, so I hope you can keep an eye out for that one. And I'm trying to figure out with Serendipity Furniture a way that when we hit 100k, if we hit 100k, we can give away one of these chairs, the exact similar one to the one I'm sitting on, to one of our subscribers, that they can have in whatever colour they like with their own family name or whatever they want embroidered onto it. We always like to give a bit back, ladies and gentlemen, you know that. And I also want to just talk about again this GoFundMe for this young man here. Chris Legit, who was one of our subscribers and somebody who's helping us organise the Anfield Agenda trip over to Arizona and South California later in the year to do some meet and greets over there. His nephew, unfortunately, is in dire need of a liver transplant. Now, I've reached out to everybody I can to try and gain as much traction on this. Boyle Sports are trying to help us on it. I'm going to reach out to some other YouTubers and see if they can help raise awareness. The young man is he's almost 3 years of age. He needs a liver transplant. His father is a match and is a willing donor. Unfortunately, there's no hospital in Poland that's capable of doing the operation, which is where the young man lives. There's also no Brussels hospital were looking at doing the operation. They decided it was too risky for them and they can't do it. But there is a children's hospital in Chicago that are willing to perform the operation. Unfortunately, the operation costs $1.8 million. Now, the good news is that the hospital have given the family a grant of $1 million, which will help towards transport, towards the cost of the surgery and stuff. But the family still need to raise $800,000. This is a real fight against time, ladies and gentlemen. This young man has, I don't want to say less than a month, but a very short time left fighting for his life. The family are going to be flying over on the 1st of March, and then the real countdown begins to try and get that operation done. So if there's anything you can do to help, share this. The link is in the chat there. Liam Barry shared it as well. Just anything at all. I know I seen Storm Thomas gave a 250 quid donation, mate. That is absolutely amazing. I know it's difficult to look at. I know it's very disturbing. I know it hurts. It breaks my heart that any family have to go through this, and that money is an obstacle for anybody to try and save a child's life. So if there's anything we can do, folks, share it, put it on social media, tag people, anything at all. We'd love to try and have a happy result at the end of this for the family, because nobody wants to have to battle to try and save the 3-year-old's life. It's a situation as a parent I'd never want to be in, and I know a lot of you guys out there wouldn't as well. So I know it's not happy, I know it's not upbeat, but you know, we're a community, we stick together, and if we can help in any way, we'll always try. So Chris, we'll do everything we can for you, mate. We won't stop. We're at this 24/7. I know you are as well. And I know that the community on here will get behind us 100% as well and share the stuff that they can. So look, let's get back to talking about the game anyway. Who's winning Liverpool versus City again? Watch my preview, mate, if you want to know the score prediction. Obviously, I think the Reds can win the game, but it's going to be a difficult one. Oh yeah, there's another fake. I know it's fake because you can't even be arsed to put the logo on right. And the United stand has a tick, by the way. So I know it's fake because the United stand account has a tick on they're verified on YouTube. So yeah, so again, one of these little dopes just comes in with the fake accounts. Anyway, we move on. Has Genie signed his new contract yet, or is he for sure going? He's going by the looks of it, mate. I mean, it looks like he'll be going to Barcelona at the end of the season. He is free to sign a pre-contract agreement with any club outside of England because he's in the last 6 months of his deal. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be going on. But we should all just give Genie a massive pat on the back and say thank you for everything he's done while he's been at the club. The man is an absolute thorough professional, and I've got nothing but good words to say about him. Have I ever played football? If so, for who? Yes, I have, mate. I played for Bellevue and Shankill. I played for St Joseph's Boys in Sallynoggin. I played for Bushy Park Rangers. I played underage level as a goalkeeper for the Irish team. I played for the Irish schools team. But only up until the age of 16. From 16 onwards, it all fell apart for me. And look, I was never good enough to make it. I was never good enough to make it as a pro. But yes, mate, I absolutely did play football. Played it. Love it. The game's been a huge part of my life, my entire life. Ethan, thank you, mate. Says love the stream. Any transfer news? The window's closed, buddy. Other than the youngster we signed from Derby, other than that, the window's closed, man. So no more news. Where am I from? Shankill, Stephen. Shankill, mate. Well, I don't live there anymore, but you know, when I was growing up, I lived in Shankill. Will Cabac be available for the next game? Yes, 100%. He's been cleared, he's in the squad, and so is Ben Davies. They're both available for selection for the game against Manchester City. What's your word on AFTV? Again, I don't know. Well, I've done one video with Robbie. It was a charity thing that we did on Claude and the Bance's channel to try and raise money. And Robbie seemed like a nice fella. I've filmed with Troops before, and he's an absolute gent. I can't say enough good things about Troops, but my honest answer is I'm not a fan of the style of content on AFTV. It's not my cup of tea. You know, that's all I'll say. I don't know any of the lads individually. I'm sure they're all lovely people. It's just not my personal cup of tea. But I'm not going to sit here and slag them off. They're a huge success, and fair play to them. They've put the work in. They've spent the hours doing what they've done. They've built it up over years, and I'll never begrudge anybody's success. Fourth kit opinions. It's not even a fourth kit. That's the annoying part, because it can't be worn. That's what really pisses me off about it. It looks like a baseball top, and I'm sure that will appeal to some people or not. Like, a lot of the shirts do divide, but to me, not for me. I know some people who love it, and I just think it's another money grab, to be honest. But, you know, I suppose in these financial hard times, maybe, you know, Nike want to get as much as they can for the money that they're paying the club, and of course the club do get a cut of that as well. So it's not my cup of tea. Ethan, thank you for the super chat, mate. The first one of the night. You love to see it. Again, we do have our little dancing alien friend there, Nulon Voider, for the first €10 super chat we get on each stream. Nulon comes out and has a little boogie. You should get Claude on an interview. I've done loads of stuff with Claude and the Bances, mate. I'm going to be doing a show every Tuesday over on Claude's channel, actually. So every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be over there doing a show. So come and check that one out as well. Claude is an absolute gent, I have to say. And yeah, nothing but positive things to say about Claude as well. I know he's had an issue. I know that there was some stuff that he said that was deemed inappropriate, and rightly so. But again, context is important in all of these things, and you'd never summarise somebody for one thing. What's your favourite flavour of Kyo's? It's cheese and onion, man. All the way. Cheese and onion, all the way. It's the only flavour I really eat, to be honest with you. Don't mind the salt and vinegar ones. My wife loves the sweet chilli ones. She always gets the turkey and stuffing ones at Christmas as well. She likes them when they come out. And the shamrock and sour cream isn't bad either. Do you know what's class though? What Kyo's are class? They do these this popcorn thing that comes in. It looks like an actual thing of corn. It's amazing. My daughter's a real popcorn eater, and she said they're gorgeous. What do I think about Origi, Craig? Not my cup of tea, mate. I know you're probably trying to trigger me into a rant here about Origi because I've been very vocal. But look, I'm going to be honest. I'm not somebody who's going to sit here and blow smoke up the club's arse because I want access to the club. I'll never get access to the club, and I'll never get access to the players, and I've never wanted it. I'm a fan that's due my own opinion, and you guys have your own opinion. My opinion on Divock Origi is that he is now stealing a living at Liverpool Football Club. He offers absolutely nothing on the pitch anymore, I'm afraid. That's my opinion. Has he had big moments? You bet your ass he has. Divock Origi has had huge moments for this football club. The goals that he scored the season we won the Champions League were vitally important, and they will always go down in folklore. But you're only as good as your last game, and any performance that I've seen from Divock since he signed that new contract just hasn't been up to scratch, I'm afraid. That's my view on it. If other people disagree with me, I understand, but I'm not one of these supporters that just thinks everything is tickety-boo. I call things as I see it. Like me or hate me, that's what you're going to get from me. I'm not going to sit here and talk shite and say all this cringy shit that the club put out at times about fucking this means more and all that marketing bollocks. It is what it is. You go out there with a Liverpool shirt on your back, we want to see you give it 100%. Robbo every week, 100%. Dirk Kuyt back in the day, 100%. Stevie G, 100%. And we'll forgive anything if we see people busting a gut out there and giving 100%. But when I see somebody walking around with his hands on his hips and somebody that just looks disinterested, I'm sorry. That whole shit about you'll never walk alone and all, that you have to earn that. You have to put out there and die for that fucking shirt and earn that wage, because we as fans sit at home and this makes our week or ruins our week, and we'll forgive anything from a player who's out there busting his nuts for the club. But I'm not seeing that from Divock Origi, so that's my view on him. And if it annoys people, that's their problem, to be quite honest. That's my view. Like it or lump it. Barry's or Lions tea bags. I'm a coffee drinker, mate, so neither. Right, what else have we got regarding Liverpool? Origi has been playing awful since that injury at the Club World Cup. Craig, would you take Sancho as a replacement for the front three? Well, it's a very wide-ranging question there when you say as a replacement for the front three. Which one? Would I take Sancho? Yes, but I think United are probably going to go back in to try and get Jadon Sancho. I think they've been working really hard to try and get that done. Obviously they couldn't get the deal done for financial reasons or whatever it was in the summer. But Jadon Sancho is a quality young footballer without a shadow of a doubt. Will Mane play versus City, do you think? I have a feeling you will, Hassan. Sadio's a naturally fit guy, so I wouldn't... Of course they all are, but him in particular, I don't think it'll take him long once he gets a couple of sessions to get back up to speed. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we see Sadio. Would I take Harvey Barnes as a signing? Yes. I was actually only talking to Lee Chappie about this the other day. I've been very impressed with Harvey Barnes' performances for Leicester City this season. I think he looks like a very, very good young footballer. Do you think Cabac or Davies will start against City? Again, got away from my preview, mate, that comes out later on. But look, I'll give you a sneak preview. I put Cabac in my starting 11, my predicted starting 11 for the game against Manchester City. But it is always just guesswork because none of us know what's gone through Kloppo's mind. No habla español. Sorry, mate. Who's your top 3 best players in the world? Origi, no, seriously. Lionel Messi's the GOAT. I know Ronaldo, people, so we'll go. If I'm being fair, I want to do this in a couple of ways. I think Robert Lewandowski would have won the Ballon d'Or last season. So let's go Lewandowski, let's go Messi and Ronaldo. I think that's fair. I mean, I can pick out Liverpool players, of course. Mo Salah's a legend, Mane's a legend, but I genuinely felt for Lewandowski because he was robbed of a Ballon d'Or. He should have been nailed on for that Ballon d'Or last year. But the whole world knows last year was Lewandowski's year. He deserved that award for me. Haaland or Mbappe if you had the cash in the summer? Again, it's kind of dependent on what way Klopp wants to set up. I mean, you have one person there, an out-and-out number 9 in Haaland, who's going to guarantee you 20, 30 goals a season. You've also got Kylian Mbappe, who can make defences shit themselves and will be double marked and will drag defenders out of position that will open up space for other players. So I would go for Mbappe. I've always wanted Mbappe at Liverpool. Now look, it's easy for me to sit here playing fantasy manager or whatever, but you can make an argument for both of them. And would I complain if either one of them came in? No, I would be over the moon to see either one of them. Maradona or Ronaldo? Maradona. Diego Armando Maradona. I'm going to say something that people might find a bit controversial, but I put Diego Armando Maradona above Messi. I didn't get to see the best of Maradona. I mean, I know I'm old, but I was a little bit too young to see him at his greatest. I didn't see the 86 World Cup. I really only seen the 1990-1994 Diego Maradona. But I have to say, two of them, both out of Argentina, but I would shade Maradona. But of my generation that I've seen, Lionel Messi is the greatest player of our generation. I don't understand the debate, the Ronaldo debate. As good, and look, people are going to sit here now and think I'm saying this because of anti-United or anything. No, genuinely, I respect the shit out of Ronaldo. I don't think there's a footballer that has worked harder to get where he has, that has trained harder, that has put in the hours. He does amazing charity work. I just think Lionel Messi is just so much more gifted and just has... To me, Messi is the beautiful game. If you watch young Messi, when he was getting the shit kicked out of him, he just popped back up. As he's gotten older, yes, he slowed down a little bit, and Ronaldo's still banging in goals, and he's almost reinvented himself now as an out-and-out forward at times, but it's Messi for me, man. It's always been Messi. I just love the dude. I love him to bits. Maradona or Pele? Maradona. The whole Pele shit's annoying me, by the way. This whole goal scoring thing, I just find it very petty and very unnecessary. I've never seen legs like Maradona. 2 tree trunks. Hang on, Kate. Hang on. Let's not forget John Barnes. If we're talking about tree trunk legs here, there's a few pictures of John Barnes back in his heyday, and those legs were like tree trunks. My God, that man was built like a brick shit house. Absolutely love John Barnes. Again, another player that when he gets up ahead of steam, you weren't stopping him. Should Cada be sold in the summer? I would say no, but then again, I'm what some people would call a Naby Keita apologist. I still believe in the dude. I've seen glimpses of what we can get from Keita if we can get these injuries right. Now, there is still time to weigh up this option. If the club can get him back fit, if the medical and sports science department and the nutritionist can get his body to a place where it can cope with the rigours of playing every 3-4 days, I think we still have one hell of a good footballer on our hands. So, no, I wouldn't sell him. B-Tech Mark Goldbridge, no, hey. Don't care, mate. Honestly, couldn't give a fuck. What's important to remember here is, as well, when people say this, one, I love Mark. He's a friend of mine. He's class. And secondly, Mark's been 4 years longer at this than me. I'm only in this industry less than 3 years. Mark has been putting the graft in and deserves every plaudit and every bit of success. But I'm me. I'm not Mark Goldbridge. I've never claimed to be Mark Goldbridge. I'm me. I do things in my own unique way. And if anybody watches what we do things differently. You can make the lazy comparison of a green screen, which Mark pioneered. I will be the first to admit that. Mark and what they've done is magnificent. Actually, Drawdy designed this studio. So we're very good friends with the folks at the United Stand. They've been very good to us. They've given us great advice over the years. And I'll never say a bad word about them. But Jesus, these comparisons are lazy. I mean, anybody who spends 5 minutes watching Mark and watches me knows that we're very different people. Mark's brilliant at what he does and he's hilarious, but we do things different. For instance, in our watch-alongs, I do play-by-play commentary. I sing songs, I do different things. I might not be as naturally funny as Mark is, but I do it my own unique way. And I don't understand the need for the comparisons. I just don't get it. What's the point of it? Do we not all just want to have good fan content out there for everyone, whether it be whatever club? Because I know I do. I know I love looking at loads of different people's fan content and appreciating the work that goes into it. Why come on and say B-Tech Goldbridge no hate? Come back to me when I'm 7 years in the industry and let's see where our numbers are then. That might be a fair comparison, but like people really do need to remember, I'm wet behind the ears in this. We're only just over 2.5 years doing this channel. The Goldbridge and the United Stand have been 7 years at it, I think. And I am as happy as anyone to see those guys heading towards 1 million subscribers. I couldn't be happier for them. And I wish them every success. And they deserve everything that comes their way. But fuck me, it gets lazy. I mean, Jesus, I know people do it because they appreciate Mark and it's coming from a good place, but we're so different. That's what pisses me off about it. Like, if we were in any way similar, I'd get it. But we really aren't. We're very different personality types. I don't even see this hate, genuinely. Sometimes I don't think people mean it as hate. I think people mean it as how much they appreciate Mark, which is cool. I get that. No problem with that whatsoever. We're just not different people. And again, it's like saying to a footballer who's been playing for 3 years, you're a B-Tech Messi. Well, let the footballer have his career. Let the footballer go and do his things. I have plans to go off in different directions and do other stuff. I'm not going to just do football. I want to do darts, I want to do NFL, I want to get into boxing, and I want to do lots of other stuff. That's me. I'm just me, folks. And that's all I've ever claimed to be. And if that's not good enough for people, or, you know, people want to just slag me off about it, there's nothing I can do other than carry on being me, smiling at the camera and trying to have a bit of fun. That's all I've ever claimed. That's all I've ever wanted. Right, what else we got? Thoughts on Expressions. I've had great fun filming stuff with Expressions. Yeah, he's a very entertaining fella. I mean, like, that's all I can say. Yeah, I was shocked. There was a clip that caught my eye the other day that I don't know if you guys seen, that I don't really want to talk about because, you know, out of respect, because I don't spread hate or anything, but yeah, look, there's lots of the way I'll explain this is there's lots of different variants of fan content. So you've got some people who are long form content like myself and Mark, and then you've got other people, and AFTV and Redmen and Claude Nabanstas and Lee Chappie and various other channels. And then you've got people who are brilliant at short form content, people who are brilliant on Instagram, people who are brilliant at short videos. And I think Expressions is one of those people. I think he's a naturally funny dude. He's very entertaining. And again, like anybody else I've said, I don't begrudge anyone their success. Everybody works hard in that industry to get to where they've got to, and I'll always have respect for them. But anyway, Oh, and by the way, to somebody that called me a BTEC Goldbridge, I want to just point out one thing to you. There was an article recently published in America that was picked up by, I think, Sport Joe as well. And in that article, just a little piece of information for you. Statistically, Anfield Agenda is the fastest growing fan channel in the world. Yes, you heard me. In the world. Doesn't mean numbers. They're based off year-on-year growth. So, again, mate, if you want to take that into comparison, then wait for the 7 years and see where I am. And I'm not saying I'll ever get near 1 million subscribers, but all I'm asking people to do is just give me a chance to be me. And if you want to come in and watch, you will welcome me in with open arms. We love people from opposition fan bases, and we always try and have a bit of fun with them. But again, there are people behind this. There are hours and hours of work behind it. So, stop being lazy. Do I watch Dominic Rich? Yes, I've chatted with Dominic Rich a few times. Another friend of the channel and another good dude. Manchester City fan, living over in New York, I believe, if my memory's correct with Dom. But yeah, another top dude. From a United fan, keep at it, mate. Thank you. Craig, stay as you are. You're not fake. No, I'm just me. And that's all I've ever fucking claimed to be. What gets me about this is, especially Liverpool fans hating on me. Because they see 30-second clips of me shouting something, or they've never watched one of our streams. Most of these people, they've never come in and they see a clip and they go, "Dickhead, making a show of the fan base." Well, think about this. Go fuck yourself. I really don't care what you think of me. Come in and have a watch of our streams and then form an opinion of me. But to form an opinion of anybody from a little video is just stupidity. And do you know what else makes me laugh? All these people that go around slagging me off, making memes of me, spending videos of me. Thank you for all the free publicity, for all the extra views, for helping us get sponsorship, because everybody out there that hates me is doing my job for me. And how they don't get that, I'll never understand. All the people that slag me off are making this possible for me to potentially make a living. So as much as you hate me, you're doing my job for me. How can you not see that? Again, I go back to the stupidity of trolls. They're too dumb to even realise that they're giving me so much free publicity. So if you hate me, it's probably best to keep your fucking gob shut, because otherwise you're just going to keep putting money in my pocket and keep helping the channel grow. And I'm happy either way. Rightio, folks. Rightio. What else have we got? Craig, honestly, if you keep up the grind, you'll get 1 mil. I never think we'll get there, man. Never. Look, honestly, I've said this before. I want to get to 100k to give Connor that YouTube silver play button, because I get the abuse, but I also get the glory on here, and it wouldn't be possible without Connor. So I want to get there just for that, so I can let Connor have that award and say, look, Dad, we've hit 100k in the channel we started when I was still in college, and yeah, I'll find that a proud moment as well. There was one thing, by the way, I speak about trolling. There is some brilliant trolling. You guys know I love a good troll. I appreciate top level trolling. And if you go onto my Twitter account, @CraigHolden, or Anfield Agenda, you'll see one that somebody made a video of me. It was the Eminem video, and it was just me then shouting, round the outside, round the outside. It was brilliant. And whoever made that, I tip my hat to you. That is trolling next level. That's elite trolling. And look, game respects game. So that's the type of trolling that I can appreciate. Well played, sir. Well played. That was fucking magnificent. Honestly, nearly spat me tea out. It was brilliant. Right. Craig, coming from a United fan, don't mind the hate. You're a great laugh and being yourself. One of the funniest fan channels on there. Keep your head up. Man, I just be me. Just like I've ever said. I'm not going to say that, man. That's a horrible thing that I put in there. You're a real good friend, Craig, to TJ Cunningham. Thank you, man. I'm just me. And all I ever ask for is for people to give us a chance. If you see a clip, come into our stream, because you'll be met with friendliness from a great bunch of people in here. Our subscribers are the most friendliest people you could ever meet, and I think we've got a great community on here. So let the outsiders hate. We'll just be ourselves and carry on doing what we're doing. The 7 clip made him viral. Yeah, it did. That 7 clip. And again, that was fair game. that was fair game. I gave out the banter and I received it back. And again, I'll take that on the chin. That's proper banter. That's what this shit's all about. So that 7-2 clip and all the stuff that came along with it, I find it quite funny because I deserved it. 1 mil is on the way, Craig. Wow, I hope so, man, but I don't know. Tony Smith said, I remember you having 15 people watching. So do I. And I appreciated those 15 people just as much as I appreciate the amount of people that we have watching now with us. And it means the same to me then and now as it does then. And any YouTuber will tell you the same. When I was speaking with Jack Mate in the interview we did the other day, we were speaking about it. And that's why people like Jack Mate do the interviews with smaller YouTubers like us. Because they've been through the process. They know what it's like to buy your first camera, to get your first 1,000 subscribers, to get monetized. We all have been through these steps, which is why you see so many YouTubers, wishing other people well. I mean, the first time Mark Goldbridge came into one of our streams, we had 2,500 subscribers. And I won't lie, I almost wet myself. I was like, what? Is that really him? Is that him? And now I'm proud to be able to call him a friend. Graham Hunter is my idol. Somebody who inspired me to sit behind a microphone. And I now call Graham Hunter a friend. These are things, folks, that I could never wish for. You know me from day one. Yes, I want to make a living from this at some point. I want to change my family's life and I want to move to a sunnier climate and run Anfield Agenda from there. I've never hidden that fact. But I also want to say that we've never been money grabbing. We've never tried to ram shit down your throat. We've never tried to flog merchandise. We've never spammed betting links into the channel. Yes, we're sponsored by a betting company, but we don't constantly go bang, 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 bang. We try and do things with a social conscience, and we've always tried to do that from day one, and we will always try to do that. We'll always try to give back, and we'll always try to be fair. That's all we can offer. If it's not good enough for some people, well, then I'm not going to try turn them or win them over, but we're us and that's it. And I wouldn't change anything that's happened because I've got to meet some truly amazing people. Some people that I'll call friends for life. Far Isle, Dave as I know him was, over in Florida. I've met on a couple of occasions. He's had dinner with my family and I'm so proud to have met him. I look forward to meeting Dara and Dara is easy and Chris Legit when we head over to Arizona. I hope to meet Liz and her husband if myself and my family go over to Florida later in the year. And I've had experiences on here that have changed my life. I've gone from being somebody... Oh God, I'm rather getting emotional again. I need to stop getting emotional. I've gone from somebody who wouldn't even reveal my name on Twitter to somebody who is now sitting in front of a microphone and sometimes has had streams that have had 150, 200,000, 300,000 people that have viewed them. And that's because of the support that I've had, both from my family, from our supporter group on here, and from people and well-wishers. And I'm not going to lie, some of it's been driven by hate. Because I would have quit a long time ago if people hadn't have kept slagging me off. I honestly would have. I've let that hate drive me. And I've gone and... Can I read you a quote? Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional, but it's been an amazing month. It's gone up and down, but there's a quote that's kept me going through all of this. Every time somebody has called me a prick, every time somebody has told me to kill myself, every time people have slagged us off, I go back to this one quote. Excuse me. It's from Warren Buffett and it says, work hard in silence, do what you have to do, ignore the drama and negativity surrounding you, let your success be your noise. I read that every day. Every fucking day. And this is actually happy tears, by the way. Sorry, I'm not sad. I read that every day. Every single day. And when people were bad-mouthing me, when people were telling lies, spreading vile untruths, I kept my head down. And I grinded. And those same people are still nobodies. Are still bitter, angry fuckers. But we put the work in. So for that, thank you. It's been a mad old journey. So as I've said, it's been a mad journey, but again, I'm happy at the minute. Sorry for people that are wondering. I'm happy because I'm that close. I'm that close to changing my family's life. And that's what's kept me going. My wife and my kids. I've always only had a simple dream. I've just wanted to own a house. That's it. No stardom. I just want to own a house. I just want to get my family a better life. And if it takes me going through abuse to get there, well, fuck it. I'll go through it. I'll break down in front of the camera at times and I'll be happy. I'm an emotional person and I'll never apologise for it. I'm me. And I'll always only ever be me. So I hope that that's explained it as best as I can. I think we should probably get back to talking about football. I forgot to take my medication, so bear with me. And cheers to all of you. I tell you, I love you guys more than you'll ever know. But anyway, Origi, huh? What about Divock? Right, we need to we need to get back to talking about football because again, don't be worried about me. That was happiness for once. That was just, I can't believe I'm getting closer to giving my family a life they deserve. Right, let's go. More questions. Let's go. New subscriber here. Thank you, mate. Love it. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a like on the video if you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gents. We do appreciate your support. You deserve to be happy. Thank you. Can somebody in the chat tell me who was Gordon? Cade Gordon. He's a young man that we've signed from Derby County, 16 years of age. He's one for the future, and the club got that deal officially done today. Origi's poo. That's the kindest way of putting it, mate. Well played. You should stream with Coppish. Drifty and the lad Callum and Coppish are cool lads. I've done stuff with them before, and I'm sure we'll do stuff together again. I've nothing but love for the guys over at Coppish. They're a great bunch. Top shagger. Oh, I tell you what, mate, I'm not. I mean, you know, I'll claim to be a lot of things on here, but Jesus, definitely ain't the top shagger, pal. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a man that's not built for stamina, as you can see. No, honestly, don't be worried about me. That was happiness because I feel like we've turned the corner as a channel. I feel like we're getting there. As I said, I grew up as a normal fella, working class family. My dad worked for the county council as a driver. My mother cleaned houses, and they worked their asses off, and they bought a house. Unfortunately, drink got the better of both of them. My father died of cirrhosis of the liver. My mum took an overdose and died. But that lady upstairs, my wife, never stopped believing. And I owe her more than I can ever explain. And you know what? If people mock me, I don't care. I want people to see it's okay to be up and be down, be happy, be sad. Because we're all normal. And I know I'm fucked up in my own unique way. And I'm not going to apologise for it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But one thing I can promise is, if life goes in a good direction and we get to that elite level, I'll still be a chav. I'll still be dressed in tracksuits and I'll still be the same fella, because I don't do airs and graces, and you know, I hate people that do. So if we ever do make it anywhere, I'll still be the same old me. Still be wearing Nike and Adidas gear, and I'll still be I mean, I wouldn't mind stepping over Mercedes in me Nike and Adidas gear, but yeah, on me. How did we get here? We got to the point from being called a B-Tech Goldbridge to here. Genuinely mad how streams take these turns and we go off on these tangents, but I think it's part of the uniqueness of what we do. But yeah, that quote is it's going to be hanging on my wall if we ever have an office or a studio, because that's exactly what I did. When people were saying that I was a prick, I was a user, I was two-faced, I fucked people over, I was scamming people for money, I've been accused of everything. I've been reported to the taxman. I've been had death threats sent. I've been told, wish that my kids would die. And all I said was, I didn't get it, but all I could do was just keep my head down and keep grinding and keep trying. And now these people can't touch me, because I have an army of people behind me with my back. And that's what I love about it. I have an army. That's what it feels like. An army of friends behind me that've got my back. And now these people, the particular section of people, keep their mouth shut because I got on and kept my head down. Well, they just stuck in negativity and did nothing and grew nowhere. Whereas we kept plugging away and ignored all that shit and just did our own thing. And I think for any YouTuber, not that I'm one that should be giving out advice, but don't let any of that stuff seep in. And yeah, of course it has affected me at times. I've been down and I've been pissed off and I've been angry and I've wanted to smash televisions and I've gone through the full range of emotions. But at the end of the day, just do what makes you happy. Just, if you like doing a channel, whether you've got 50 subscribers or 1 million, just do it if it makes you happy. And I do this shit for free because it makes me happy. I don't want to do it for free. I want to make a living out of it, but it makes me happy. And it's changed my fucking life. And by that I don't mean it's changed my life that people know me. I mean, it's changed my life because I'm a different person. I'm more confident than I was ever before. And it took me to get to 39 years of age before I felt that way. So the power of YouTube is amazing. The power of positivity from people is amazing. And YouTube as a community has changed lives, has lifted people up, has brought people together, has raised money for good funds. And I'm extremely proud to be a very small part of that community. And I didn't understand it before I started it. I didn't understand YouTube at all. Connor's the tech boy. Connor's the YouTube man who talked me into doing it. And again, without that young man, I wouldn't be the person I am either. So yeah. Jesus Craig, you look 30. I know. I do think I look younger than 39. I mean, I don't credit myself on much, mate. But yeah, I do think I look younger than 39. It's something I am. Yeah, I do. Somebody told me I look 45 one day, and I thought, jeez, of all the abuse I've had, that was the worst. Rank fellow top 6 fans from most likeable to most annoying. I don't really want to do that, but I will say two things. And I've said this before, so I'm kind of repeating myself. Everton fans have been the most vicious towards me. To me, I'm not saying the whole fan base, I can just talk about what I've received. Everton fans have said some of the nastiest stuff I've ever seen aimed at me. And surprisingly, Manchester United fans have been, outside of Liverpool fans, when I had a really tough time, I said this before, the Manchester United fan base showed me so much fucking love that I'll never forget it. Yeah, they hate our club, and I hate your club, but fuck me, they're a good bunch. As are Liverpool fans, of course we are, but it would be improper of me to sit here and not say thank you to those people who reached out, because it meant a lot. And it's great that can happen. It's great that people can see past the tribalism, because it is tribalism. I mean, we've got our own clubs and we all get very emotional about them, and you know, we call each other salty and we do all this shit, but at the end of the day, it's the sport that we all love, and we have our clubs, but we love the beautiful game. And sport and football can be powerful in so many ways. And to those Manchester United fans, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I feel like people probably think I'm missing out Liverpool fans here. Of course, every red that's been in this chat, every red that's followed us from day one, I love and respect all of you. But it's been nice to see the crossover. It's been lovely to welcome in Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Man United fans, and Manchester City fans, whomever it might be. That's beautiful. And I love that people often say to me that I'm very unbiased. I don't see how there needs to be toxicity in fan content. I've never understood it. It's one of the reasons why I said to you earlier on that AFTV isn't my cup of tea. I think there's a space here where we can make fan content, banter the shit out of each other, but not be toxic. There's no need for it. Everybody in the world right now is so fucking up the wall. We're all pissed off, we're all sad, we're all stuck between our four walls, we're all missing our families, we're missing your workmates, you're missing your friends from school or whatever you are. And people tune into football fan channels because they like seeing people who remind them of themselves. They like seeing people who feel the passion that they feel and express it in a way that they might express it at home. But it's lovely when the crossover comes and there's no need for the toxicity. It doesn't gain anything. It makes the sport look bad. It makes the YouTube community look bad. And we're not, because there's such a fucking great group of people on here. And that's what pisses me off most about that toxicity. It's not that it's aimed at me or Mark or whoever it's aimed at. It's that I don't see why. Why not try and the sport had a bad enough reputation that we've all fought hard to get rid of. With hooliganism, with racism, and all of this shit. And fan media is exploding right now. Through Geordie, Mark Goldbridge, AFTV, those guys pioneered the industry and made it possible for the rest of us to be here. And I just thought when I came into it, and I was a bit more angry at the start, and I was a bit more toxic, I'll be the first to admit that. But like, as I've always said, I've evolved as a human being along the way. I try now to make content that isn't toxic. I try to make content that tries to bring people together and make people smile and unite people, because I know that mental health is affecting a lot of people right now. And I'm sorry to keep banging on about it, but, you know, it means a lot to me. So, thank you for hearing me out tonight. And this went in a very different direction because I'm in a good mood. But this stream, I think it's just been the culmination of the last 2 or 3 weeks, which has gone from me nearly quitting because I had to go into debt to buy a computer. Debt that, of course, was then placed onto my family because it's our credit card. I got a little bit of luck on a bet that helped pay off a good chunk of that new iMac, which is very much helped us and given us some breathing room. But the last couple of weeks I felt like that risk is going to pay off. And that's why I got emotional, because, as I said, the dream's always been to give my family a better life and to buy a house and to have some security. And I feel I can do that. I feel I'm capable of it. You guys have believed in me, but I've never believed in me. And now I do. Now I do believe in myself. So, thank you. Craig, are you out of debt? No, I'm not out of debt, mate, but I'm not struggling. Don't get me wrong. When I say I'm in there for the computer, that's okay. You know, we've all got fucking debts. We've all got bills. You know, we're not struggling to keep the lights on here. Nothing like that at all. And thank you, Kate, by the way. I appreciate the super chat, mate. Thank you very much. It really means a lot. And Kate's been a great addition to our Discord group, by the way. Such a funny person. Yeah, no, I'm not sorry. That wasn't meant to come across as me crying poor mouth. That's not what I meant. What I meant is, when I had those doubts about reinvesting, that is just under $3,500 into a computer, what I was putting on the credit card, my wife had no doubt. She said, do it, back yourself. My kids said, do it, back yourself. And the reason I got emotional was because the last 2 weeks we've gone, I don't know what's happened, but the viewership's flying up. Mundo Sporto's absolutely flying. Our numbers are going through the roof. Our inbox is full of people wanting to work with us, companies reaching out to us that want to do stuff, and I could have been far better off financially right now, but we turn down, and I think a lot of YouTubers do, we turn down probably about 80% of the stuff that comes in because it doesn't fit our community. And if it doesn't fit what we're doing on here, we won't do it. Whether it'll make us money or not, we won't do it, because it has to be right. It has to fit with what we're doing, and it has to be a company that has the same social conscience that we have. And that's something I can promise you moving forward. We aren't going to just take a money. We're not here to be on a money grab, which is why we've never put content behind a paywall, and while no Anfield Agenda content will ever go behind a paywall. I believe firmly the fan content should be free. I believe it should be accessible to everybody, and I believe that I actually believe I don't want to say it's wrong to go behind a paywall, because I don't mean it's wrong from a moral sense. It's absolutely not. I mean, I think it can stunt your exposure if you go behind a paywall. That's what I'm trying to get out here. So what I'll always promise you is everything on here will always be free. Yeah, we'll have memberships, and yes, we might put a bit of merch at some point down the line, but there's never going to be you have to pay to watch our channel, because it's not what we stand for, and we never have and we never will. So look, I'm going to go off now and spend some time with my family. I'll be back. What day is it? Friday. I'm not on Anfield Agenda tomorrow. I'm doing a watch along, or am I? I'm doing a watch along on Mundo Sporto of United Everton tomorrow on Mundo Sporto. So maybe any United fans, pop in between us and Goldbridge or whatever. But love to see you guys over there, and of course Reds as well. That game, I'll be starting the watch along about 15 minutes beforehand. The link to Mundo Sporto is in the description of the channel. Oh yes, I own Newlawn Voider. I absolutely do. And what a beautiful way to finish the stream, with a bit of Newlawn doing his stuff. You love to see it. Where is he? Where's my little friend? Where are you mad bastard? There he is. As promised, there he is. I haven't stopped dancing yet since we met on our first date. There he goes. I haven't stopped loving you yet. Love that little man. Honestly, Connor sent him to me one day and I said, we need to find a way to work him into the stream. Look at him go, you mad little fucker. He's definitely been on the old pharmaceuticals, I think, shall we say. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Tomorrow, Mundo Sporto, Manchester United against Everton. Hope to see you over there for that one. As always, Sunday I'll be back with the watch-along post-match show as well. There's the preview for the Manchester City game is coming up after this, so keep an eye out. Make sure your notifications are on. The preview will be going out straight after this video. I recorded it earlier on today. Again, thank you. I love the shit out of you all. Don't worry about me. I promise you I'm in good spirits. That was happiness earlier on, but I can't thank you enough. So stay well, look after your families, and lots of love from my family to yours. Up the Reds. We'll talk soon.